welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I have been gone for just a hot second, and now we are back, and we are ready to go ahead and kick things up a notch. So welcome to Twisted Transitions on the Twisted Transitions page. Thank you guys who have already jumped ship and made it over here and now get the live stream and stuff over here. Really appreciate you guys coming through. Really appreciate all that you do. And, I'm not even going to hold you guys up. I'm ready to get started if you are. So let's just go ahead and just double check a few things. Make sure that my volume and everything is good. So if you'll give me a thumbs up in the chat or just let me know that the volume and everything is good currently, that would be great. I see we got our first comment and stuff on here from DJ G5. What's happening, bro? He's over on the Twitch side. If you guys want to, you can also watch me on the Twitch app, just under DJ JayBook. It'll be under there as well if you're not able to come on to the YouTube side. But I can see all the comments and everything that you guys put on here. So just let me know. All right, DJ G5 gave me a thumbs up. Ultimate Entertainment, what's going on? Appreciate you guys stopping through. Hopefully everybody can hear me as well. All right, so let's jump right into it, guys. So since the last time I've talked to you, let's see, I think I have had 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had 4 events. And it has been a crazy week. Last week was absolutely crazy. Like I had like 3 Zoom calls, 3 events. And then of course I had an event last Saturday. So let's jump right into it here. So last Saturday we were at Jackson's Landing, which is like an old airspace that you can rent out, and it has like an old hangar that you can use as well that's kind of open. I'll show you a couple of pictures from that in a second. But this is the ceremony image and everything here, and basically what you're seeing here is a great view, first of all. But if you'll notice, the bride and groom have a umbrella right there, and that umbrella is because it was raining. Anytime we have anything that's inside, outside field, sometimes you're going to have the elements that take over. And I know you can't see it, but right beside the frame where I'm at is the table. Let's see, right here. If I can do it. Yeah, right there is the table where I was at. And right when the bride came out, it just, the floodgates just opened up. So everybody in the chairs and stuff, they were holding up an umbrella. And the bride had to walk in the rain until she got down to the stand where the officiant was. And the officiant, he didn't care, man. He was a trooper. He was talking through it. He got right through it, and he made sure that we heard it too, because he refused a lapel from me, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. As long as you speak up so everybody can hear, I'm okay with that. So all I had to do was play the music for these guys, and it wasn't hard at all. I think they only had just a few people in the wedding party. As you can see there, I think they had like maybe six people. So, music didn't have to be anything crazy. So it was easy enough to go ahead and complete. We had pretty much all the stops out there. We had, photo booth, and everything was out there. We had cold sparks out there. We had uplighting out there. We had, moving heads and everything out there. They did the ceremony, cocktail hour. They did almost everything that I offer. The only thing that they didn't do was like TVs, but of course we didn't need that. But they did pretty much everything that I had to offer. And this backdrop and everything that's on here, that was supplied by them. They had that in the corner already ready to set up. So I did not have to set up a backdrop for them. And then that's pretty much my setup for my photo booth. So, I had Helper Mike running it, and it was pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory, nothing hard. Everybody kind of got in, did what they needed to do, and I will say the only thing about this event, I'm remembering it now a little bit more, is that she didn't really have much of a dancing crowd. And I say that because from the moment I started playing music, whether it was for background dinner or for just the dancing portion, like people would sing along, or people would, stay right there in their seats, but for the most part, there was no dancing. And when I say none, it was like none. Like I think they did maybe one or two slides, but her guests were not really in the dancing mood that day, I'm assuming, because I tried every genre. I mean, I was in rock, I was in country heavy. Of course, I tried hip hop, I tried pop, and it just, nothing went over. But then they extended me. They wanted me to go, because I think we were supposed to be done at like 8:30, and they extended me to 9:30, and then she wanted to go to 10 o'clock. And again, I'm just playing music. Nobody's dancing, so I'm just playing music and stuff for them. I guess they enjoyed the music, but didn't really feel like dancing. So that's what I'm going to assume, because why else would you extend me? That's all I know. And so before it got too late, we did have an opportunity for them to do a Cold Spark send-off. This is them here doing the send-off here so the photographer can get it. And I think he's going to give me some great photos from this event as far as just visually. He was a two-person shooter, and he got some great pictures of me, and he got some great pictures of the exit. And you can barely see right behind the bride and groom, but they also had their own sparklers too. But I was having an issue with the Cold Sparks prior to that. One of the Cold Sparks was not working, and I read the manual, and there is a side portion on the Cold Spark that where the sand and everything that you pour in, I don't want to call it sand, the powder that you pour in to the Cold Spark, it actually had the gears inside jammed. So according to the manual, you had to go in, you had to take something like metal and kind of crank it to turn it, just to get it to grind that stuff up that's holding it back from turning the gears. And voila, all of a sudden the Cold Spark started working. So this was the end product and everything that I had on here. And it was great. They loaned me that rug and everything right there so that people wouldn't trip over the wires, because they wanted to move where the Cold Sparks was sitting. And so that I could do the exit right there. They want, because of course it was pouring down rain. Like the reason they didn't go through the Cold Sparks is because right there on the right side, it is pouring down rain. I mean, like cats and dogs pouring down rain. So that's why they didn't go any further than that. And, then the event concluded, and we had to take everything down. And of course, when you know it, the rain stopped right when it was time to stop, about 10 o'clock. So it is what it is. So that was that. And, that was 2 Saturdays and stuff ago. So, I had a little time and stuff in between, but I had 2 Zoom calls and stuff last week that I had to prep for for this past weekend's gigs. And, real quick, what's up, Solstice? I see you in the chat, bro. Then I had 2 Zooms that I had to prepare for the upcoming wedding that I had on there. And then we went to this event. Now, this was the nonprofit event. That was, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I took a lot of pictures from this event, because, there was a pool inside the venue that didn't have any water on it, but I was literally set up right beside the pool. And it was pretty cool. Yeah, they put up lights and everything down there so you can, so it was shining up stuff up on the wall. I had the moving heads in there because I didn't need the wash effects. I didn't even think anybody was going to really dance at all, because I thought it was just kind of just really nice and stuff in there. But, they ended up dancing right in front of my booth and stuff there. But this is what it looked like without the uplights and everything on. It was just kind of set up just like this. And I believe we had a photo booth at this one as well. But the previous years they said that nobody was dance and stuff like that. I said, well, let's try to do something different. So, they danced probably for about an hour after we were supposed to stop. Cause I think they had like a drawing, cause they did a silent auction and they had a drawing at about 8:30. And then I think we were supposed to wrap up at 9, and we ended up doing dancing from 8:30 until 9:30. So they did a lot of good stuff. And like I said, if you follow me on IG, then you saw some of the dancing and stuff that I put on there. But really like this place. Hope to be able to go back and do some stuff there. Really like the fact that it's over the top of an old pool, and the place has been renovated. But this is actually a venue that I've done multiple times. But they have added a new spot, or not really added, they just renovated a new area on there, and they're actually renovating a whole nother area in this building. But it was really nice. It was really nice. I believe I have a photo here. The photo booth, there it is. All right, so the photo booth was up, and again, they had their own wall that they created, and I just kind of set up my photo booth and just kind of let it go, and everybody had a nice time. Drinks were flowing. People were having a good time. So I believe we've got that one for next year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm hoping, truly hoping that we got that one for next year, because it was a good time. So that was Thursday night of this past week. And then we move into Saturday. So Saturday I had a wedding, and it was at the Old Mill at Adams Pond. And once again, it had that inside-outside feel. Photo booth was involved again. And the photo booth was inside, nice and safe. But then I was outside under a tent, and there was 1 hour in the night where it was just supposed to rain for the entire night. That entire hour. It literally just started pouring on top of the tent. Now, of course, I'm set up here, and this is how far the rain is from me. So I tried to scoot in as much as I can without taking away the dance floor. And the rain was still coming down right here. So a lot of my stuff got, as far as my wires and everything, a lot of that stuff got wet. But I do have the closing moments of that one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. There it is. So you can see that the ground and everything right there is wet from the rain and stuff that happened. But, those guys still had a great time. Now, this young lady here had a great crowd, but the rain kind of got in the way just slightly. It kind of took the mood away. A lot of her guests and stuff left. This was kind of what we were left with, and but she had a great time. The groom definitely had a great time. We were lucky to get his jacket on for this ending. Me and the coordinator, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good event. I think I got a lot of good footage from that one, so you probably will see a gig log on that one, because the music was great and stuff too. I did try some new stuff, so some new mixes, and they worked out pretty well. The crowd took to them pretty good and stuff like that, so can't complain on that. All right, so then we move into Sunday, and yeah, because it was a back-to-back on that weekend. So Sunday we were at a place called Stone River, and you could see here that I had a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh, I had so much stuff. I had my son helped me out on this one as well. My son helped me on Thursday. He helped me on that Saturday. And I had helper Mike on that previous Saturday. And then my son helped me on this one on that Sunday too. But if you could see the trailer and stuff in the back, the trailer is completely empty. I'd used every piece of equipment that was in that trailer. And so it was just a lot, man. It was so much to set up. And they had the inside of the place already, decorated really, really nicely. So when we went in, got everything finally set up, this is what the final verdict of that was. Now, you see that I had the the LD system sitting there. And then I had the totems, and I used the movers again. I know you guys always ask, why don't I use my moving heads as much? Well, when I do up lights from this point, actually from last month and going forward, you'll see my moving heads. I'll have the 4Zs and stuff out, and they will be on full display. So I've got the event table 2, the Maui's, the 80J 4Zs focus spots. I had to do one TV screen for a slideshow, so you see it right there at the end of the setup. And then if you look all the way at the end, you'll see that there is a monogram on the wall. She had a monogram and stuff as well. And then, of course, up lights and everything around the room. So it took about, and we did ceremony and cocktail hour. So it took about, I want to say maybe 3.5 hours to do it, but I was there in 4. I was there with 4 hours because I knew it was going to be a big setup, and then my son came and helped me finalize that. So we got all that stuff set up and made it look nice and, nice in what it was. And you could see right above the TV screen, you could see the purple coming from, actually it wasn't purple, I think that was blue. You could see the blue coming from the uplight, shooting to the ceiling, and that was all the way around, but it was still daytime at first, but you could see that I had the uplights. And I believe I have their exit too. Here's their exit. It was a good night. Now this one, I got to play a lot of the music that I don't normally get to play. And so, when I had a little bit of a rough start and stuff with it, because I don't play it and stuff enough, but it ended up, I ended up getting into the groove and stuff with what I was playing, and it actually turned out really well. They were extremely happy. This young lady saw some of my YouTube videos, so that's how she was able to select me as her DJ. The coordinator told her I was on YouTube. She saw some of the videos, automatically picked me, and then she expressed that it was even better than the YouTube videos. So that's good. They had a good time and stuff though. So that's all that I care about, that they had a good time. And so, guys, that's pretty much the weekend. That was pretty much 4 gigs. And, man, I was exhausted. I didn't realize how tired I was until this week. This week right here, I don't know. I lack a lot of energy. It's rough, man. It's rough. Right now, I am trying to muster up the energy and stuff to be able to do Saturday's event. Saturday is probably one of the most low-key weddings that I would have had this year. Bride and groom really laid back. They like more country. They like line dancing, country, and old school hip-hop, which is going to be an interesting mix of music. So I don't know what it's going to present. But I will tell you, you guys always ask me, how do I get a lot of these things? So as far as bookings, so basically what I've shown you between the 4 gigs and the upcoming gig. So the upcoming gig, the venue recommended me, and they picked me. The couple picked me. The 2 of the events, the coordinator recommended me, which was the Saturday and Sunday event that I showed you. The coordinator recommended me on those. Coordinator also recommended me for the nonprofit. These are all 3 different coordinators too, by the way. So Sunday was one, Saturday was one, and Thursday was another coordinator. All 3 recommended me and used me for their event. And then the Saturday one that was outside, that was, I believe she found me on Google. So, I mean, recommendations come a little bit from everywhere, but it's good to have multiple platforms for people to find you. And I mean, it was just a blessing in disguise to be able to have all those different people and all those different situations find me on these platforms and use it. So cannot complain. If you guys are, a single ops and don't have, you don't have a multi-op where you're supplying other DJs with functions and gigs and stuff like that. These are some of the great suggestions that I would say if you can't afford advertising. I would get a lot of word of mouth going, because word of mouth, this is 5 gigs word of mouth. I mean, that covered pretty much my whole October, 5 gigs. So definitely take heed on that. Definitely utilize that. Utilize the people you work with. Build rapport with these guys, and it rewards you and stuff in the future. So very glad that next week is Thanksgiving and I do not have a gig. Thank goodness. I will not have a show next week either, because it falls on the Thursday and Thanksgiving is Thursday. So I'll let you guys enjoy your turkey. But December, we are going to go hard every single week. We should have a show. I've got 8, count them, 8 gigs in December. After this weekend right here, I have 2 weddings left in the year, this weekend and one the Saturday before Christmas. So after that, everything else is Christmas parties. So you'll see nothing. If you follow me on social media platforms, you'll see nothing but Christmas parties in the month of December. And then you'll see one wedding in the month of December. So, I can't wait for those. I'm going to create some great playlists for those. And but it's nothing but Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Here we come. So that's how it's been going and stuff for me. It's been absolutely crazy. Cannot complain. Really love what I do, and it's a great time to be a freaking DJ. There's so many things you could do right now as a DJ. So hopefully, I am hoping, because I've been doing a lot of playing around with the beta version of Serato, with the new stems that have been added. Hopefully, I was on, not on Cleveland Terry's show, but I was in the chat on Cleveland Terry's show, and he said that hopefully by December sometime, they will release the full version, of Serato with stems. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait, because it's just going to make my music and my beat matching and my baby scratch, church scratch, all that stuff just sound that much better when it comes to doing these functions, because it just allows me to take elements out of the song that I'm already trying to do with the pitch fader and just trying to take it, take the words out and stuff with, other options. And it's just not the same as taking the whole stem out. So I can't wait for that. Hopefully that happens, because I am going to go hard in January trying to learn it. And hopefully next year it will just be, first nature, second nature to me as soon as I get that program. So anywho, I'm not going to ramble and stuff about that. That is pretty much what has been going on with me. So let me know in the chat what has been going on with you guys. I haven't talked to you guys in like 2 weeks, and I have, I've been preparing for this show and stuff today just to kind of get you guys all the clips. I've been trying to make sure that I get clips and stuff for everything I could possibly get. And, hopefully you guys have been keeping up and stuff with what I've been doing here. So now it is your turn in the chat. Turning the chat over to you guys. You can ask questions that you would like to answer to, or if you just want to talk about something, I give you guys the last 30 minutes and stuff of the show to be able to do something. Let me know. Also, thank you guys for being able to move over to Twisted Transitions. I see we still only got about 6 people total and stuff, but it'll grow. People will find their way. I've been trying to advertise everywhere. I advertised on both of my Snapchats. I'll advertise on one Snapchat, both of my Instagrams, my Facebook. I even advertised on YouTube on my regular channel, just to go over to Twisted Transitions to go ahead and put in a notification bell and stuff like that on here. But I see we still are searching. I still got people still trying to get over here. So chat is open to you. Let me know what you want to talk about. Solstice, what's going on, man? The LD subwoofer I got is no joke. I can imagine the 44 G2s. Yeah, man. Yeah. Those things are deadly. Deadly. I've had numerous occasions where I've had to turn it down. I don't realize how loud it is on the dance floor. And behind it, it sounds like, man, I wish I could do some more volume. But then when you go out there, I mean, you're pretty much killing them. You're pretty much killing them. So, yeah, I'm still learning how to control myself when it comes to those things. All right. Anybody have any questions and stuff in the chat that they want to ask me? I've been thinking about a couple of things that I want to do new. One of the things is I hope you guys are still enjoying the content. I think I have 2 more videos and stuff that are going to come out here soon. And then that stops the gig logs maybe for the year. And I'll probably just give you some other styles of videos and stuff for December. Hopefully I'll be able to shoot them. I'm hoping to shoot some next week because I don't have any gigs. So hopefully that does that. But while I'm busy, there's no way I can shoot those videos and stuff. All right, DJ G5 got a Latin wedding in March. Any good playlist ideas you could share? I have really been building up my Latin section on Serato, and to be honest with you, I got a lot of my Latin music, if I'm not mistaken, from BPM Supreme, if I'm not mistaken, because they have a whole Latin section. Yeah, they have a whole Latin section. So, yeah, I would say BPM Supreme is a good source to be able to do so. Now, I've been at a couple of events where there's been some Latin folks there, and they have given me ideas for music. Like if I don't have it, they'll tell me, oh, man, you should really get this. This is good. And so I'll make sure I go get it. I've also been listening to Latin radio here and there, and anything that catches my ear, I Shazam it. I'm also trying to make sure I get the most popular stuff, and still trying to decipher. I always have to put a little in quotations whether or not it's, cumbia or salsa or things like that, because it's very confusing. But I would say start with BPM and then check heavy hits. Heavy hits may give you a certain. I think they have a Latin section too, if I'm not mistaken. I was just on there today. I can't believe I don't remember. But yeah, they may have it too. Let's see. Ultimate Entertainment. I've been looking at the Wolf Mix. Can you give me a little more detail on that? Pros and cons. Okay. So, Ultimate Entertainment, the pros of the Wolf Mix is the customization that you could do. It is insane. You can literally customize the lights down to each individual light, and you have so much control over what it does. When I put out my Wolf Mix video, you guys will see that I have captured some video where it has been, lights going like this, moving heads going inside and then reverting back out. You have so much control and stuff over it. The downside to it is just learning. The downside to it is really just learning. I really don't have a lot of downside to it. I'm not going to lie to you. I love the Wolf Mix. The downside to it is trying to learn the programs and just try to figure out how stuff is done, because the manual kind of at times reads like a little gibberish, but I've learned more with just touch and trial and error, and certain things that I need from my lights. I've learned to be able to do a live edit. Live edits are fantastic. You can change a live edit on the dot. You could change a live edit right there at the gig. I've I think I have it has about 15 slots for live edits, and I have about 7 slots taken right now. And the live edits, each one are different, and I can use it and customize each one of those at any time. I did it at that pool nonprofit place, and it was fantastic. And I did it at that Sunday wedding. I had to customize the lights to be able to give me, because I had my moving heads and I wanted them to do certain things. You also can customize it to where certain lights can be on at certain times and certain lights off, and all you got to do is turn up the dimmer, and then the lights, and however you have them set up, you can have certain ones on. Then you have certain ones that are one color, certain ones. I mean, there's so much customization. It is fantastic. Learning is the only con to a wolf mix. I hope that answers your question. DJ G5, I got your code already. Well, I wasn't saying it because of the code. I was actually giving you the real answer. But you can use my code. I'm glad you said that. You can use my code. It's down in the description and everything below if you haven't already signed up for BPM Supreme. It should be in the comment section down below or the description below, so that you can get your 25% off. Digital Media Morado. You just got your wolf mix, man. Like I said, it's a learning curve, but it is fantastic. I hope you are enjoying it and you don't have a headache like I have had at the beginning. Do you open Serato first, then turn on your controller, or controller then Serato? Does it even matter? I open, actually, if I'm not mistaken, every single time I do a gig, my controller is plugged up first, and then the cable, the USB, is hooked into the laptop to be able to run Serato every single time. I set up my setup same way every single time. So yeah, I don't think it matters. I mean, as long as your controller reads the laptop and reads Serato program, it really doesn't matter. Good questions, guys. Do you have less dropouts from your donor with the wolf mix? Well, I only use the donors for my Chave wash effects. And the only reason I do that is because the wash effects have a power source in the back of it. So I can leave them plugged up the whole time right in the back of the light. Now, I know that the donor is wireless and stuff like that. And that, you really shouldn't have to leave that back there, but it just gives me peace of mind. And I don't have to run a whole cable and stuff down to the element hex pars, because that's the other option, is just run a, XLR from the wolf mix down to the, element hex pars that I have down below. And it links them together pretty much. So no, I do not have dropping on my element hex pars at all. I don't have any of the freezing that I had with the Airstream DMX bridge at all. All of that has been eliminated with the wolf mix. I don't ever have to worry about my lights, and I cannot tell you how much ease that puts on me. Cannot stress how much that puts ease on me. Ultimate Entertainment. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Here to answer any questions you guys have. Keep the questions coming. These are some great ones. Let me know what else you guys are having issues and stuff with. Now, while I'm waiting for another question to come in, I don't know why, but I've just been doing a lot of thinking about the Rev 7. I know it's at $2,000 and stuff right now. I mean, and here's the part that I can't get past. Like, I like it. I was able to use it and touch it and actually, see what it can do just a little bit. And I do like it. However, I can't justify it. I just can't. I have the 1000 SRT has been working beautiful. I mean, zero. See, I've had that thing since 2019, because I remember I got it the last year that I went to the DJ Expo. 2019, I got the 1000 SRT. I've had it ever since. It has been a champ. I have not had one problem out of that mixer. Not one. I mean, it works. Excuse me. It works without fail every single time. And I love things that work without fail. I love to know that I don't have to worry. But it's just, and it's not one of those flex things. Like, I don't want it to flex. I actually genuinely am interested in it, and I do kind of like it. But I just don't know if I should switch and stuff or not. I mean, digital media Murado is like, don't do it. But I just don't know. I feel like I could. I feel like it would be a seamless transition. But I'm also trying to change my setup and stuff next year. I probably will be retiring the 80J event table and switching to some new different kind of furniture stand. Hopefully, we're gonna see. That's for next year, and then maybe only pull out the event table for like if I have to do something really small. Like I wanna elevate my setup to where I can warrant the prices that I'm charging. So it's visually and aesthetically pleasing for all my customers. So that's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm hoping to be able to do probably next year. But for right now, there's just a few things that is just telling me I should probably look into that Rev 7. I should. I don't know. I probably won't do it. If I can't justify it, I usually don't do it. That's been my MO. All right. Any other questions and stuff in the chat? You guys keep them coming, man. You guys are always so inquisitive. Any other comments? Any other questions? Let me know what you got in the chat. Let me know what you are thinking about. I mean, what do you get? Does anybody in here currently have the Rev 7 that would tell me no, don't get it? Has anybody seen somebody have a problem with the Rev 7? I know I'm not going to be changing my speakers anytime soon. I can tell you that. I can promise you that. So those 44 G2s are coming with me at almost every event. And then if those are too big for whatever reason, I've got the QSCs to fall back on. I'm trying to think what else I'm thinking about updating. Oh, after 7 to 8 years, my Canon camera that I have used to do my gig logs, the screen little door and stuff on the back, is deciding to start breaking. So I may have to update my point and shoot camera next year. I will be adding 2 more cold sparks. So I'll have a set of 4 for next year because, believe it or not, I am starting to get calls for rentals for those. So finally, I have found the value in the cold sparks. It took a while for them to get super popular down here, and so I'm ready. They're more for exits and stuff is what I'm seeing rather than anything inside. No venue here will allow cold sparks inside pretty much. It's all outside stuff. So to do that, that's going to be interesting power-wise because that's what I'm running into. I'm running into a lot of power issues for outside. So maybe I need to look into that and see how that works. But anywho, all right, let's see what we got here. Looks cool, but if... Wait a minute. DJ Romeo, great. Looks cool, but if you're at a... Wait a minute. If you're a scratch master, don't step into it. Well, you don't necessarily have to be a full scratch master just to have it. I'm used to playing on my Rain MK2s and stuff. I like how the moving platter and stuff feels. I don't find any harm and stuff in it. It wouldn't be that much of a learning curve because I already have the bigger platters and stuff like that for the range setup. So, like I said, it's not a flex. It would just be, I would probably end up selling the SRT if I had to get that, or maybe have it for another setup for when I get another DJ to work with. So, yeah, we'll just see. It's just a thought, not a guarantee. You liking the LD better? When you say liking the LD better, do you mean better than the QSC, or you mean just better in general? Because the LD system is a beast, and what my luck is that nobody here has it. Nobody in the entire state uses these speakers. It's like I'm the only one. I've looked at a lot of DJ companies. I've looked at the mom and pop guys. I've looked at some big name companies, and nobody is using these speakers. So I am the only one that I can see at the moment using these. I wasn't a big fan of tower speakers, but these things are monsters, man. Not as far as the size, just sound. People are fascinated by them. My guests are fascinated by them. They look aesthetically pleasing. Let's go back and look at this setup real quick. Hold on one second. Let's go back. I want you to see this. Look at this. This is aesthetically pleasing. When a bride sees that, she's not terrified. I honestly and truly love these speakers. I cannot deny that. So Digital Media Murado, at the moment, yes, I do like them better than the QSC. I do. They sound incredible. And I think I have a 400, and plus they cover so many people. They can cover a small event and they can cover a huge event. I've got 400 kids at an event. I think next year in March. These things covered a 300 kid prom with ease. Like I said, they can hear me outside on the way into the prom with these speakers. And I already had, a full house of kids. It goes over everybody's head. You get, pretty much every ear level you can think of with these speakers. It is fantastic. I cannot deny these things. I love these things. All right, what other questions you guys got for me? We got about 15 minutes, and I'm sure you guys are probably wondering why I'm wearing my Green Bay Packer hat, but we just, if any of you Cowboy fans out there, you already know why I'm wearing the hat. I know my team is terrible and stuff this year, but you still got to root for them. And plus, they had a sale on this hat, just to be 100. Which they had a sale on this hat, and I just wanted it. So my Packers play tonight. DJ G5, you must be a Cowboy fan. See? I could tell he was a Cowboy fan. See? So don't talk about my boys, see? I know that's why. So I know you can see me clearly. Like my man Tupac says, can you see me? Am I clear to you? All right. Digital Media Murado, I want to do a setup like that. I do a lot of Mexican weddings, and man, they just want to see speakers everywhere. Okay, so see, a setup like that it's not hard. It's not hard and stuff at all. I've never done a Mexican wedding, which I would love to do. I may bomb at it or I may kill it, but I just feel like I could do a decent job and stuff with it. These speakers right here will sound like you have speakers everywhere. Now, I will tell you that the range on these speakers, instead of it being like like a fan and stuff like that. It is a little bit more narrow, but if you could position them kind of like at a couple of angles and stuff, oh, you capture everybody. I do that for my proms. Like for my weddings, I hit you dead on, and then for like my proms, I'll kind of turn the speaker, put it at one corner, and then turn the speakers and shoot them directly at an angle at the crowd, and it will do that. So not all speakers can do that. I've never messed with any of the Evolve speakers, the EV speakers. The I know JBLs have a great line. Mackie, I've never heard speakers like these. I've just never have. These sound phenomenal. What's this? Ultimate Entertainment Cowboy all day. They see me roll up with tower speakers and I'll get all kind of looks. Well, look, you roll up with these speakers and, they may give you those looks, but it'll be justified afterwards. For sure. Definitely. I'm hoping to do at least one Latin wedding and stuff this year. I'm hoping somebody calls me. I may even give them a discount just so I can do it and get into that realm and stuff as well, because I want to play my Latin music as much as I can. I did a same-sex wedding, and one of the wives was Latin, and it gave me an opportunity to really dig in what I already had to see if it would work. And apparently I've got a lot of good stuff. Apparently. So, I think I want to definitely dive into that and see if I can do that. All right, we got about 10 more minutes and stuff, guys. So let me know any questions and stuff you have. This is the opportunity to do so. Like I said, I don't get to talk to you guys that often. I'm sorry I have been slacking in the comment section after my videos have been uploaded, but I just got to tell you guys, it is nonstop. It is super busy. It is super busy. And I may take next week and just go through all the comments and just at least put, something on there. Anything. But it has just been busy, guys. You just have to you'll have to just bear with me. I'm going to get to it. But any other questions that you guys have? Hey, if you don't have any questions, we can always cut it short because, like I said, I've got a ball game to go watch. Let me know who's got events. Matter of fact, let me ask a question to you guys. Maybe that'll help get the ball rolling here just a little bit. Who of you guys, of the 6 people that we have in here, who has an event on the weekend after Thanksgiving, or who has an event Thanksgiving week? I'm curious. And where do you live, in the world? Are you local? Are you West Coast, anything like that? Where do you stay? And the fact that you have a gig during Thanksgiving week. I'm curious if Solstice is still in here, being from Southern California, whether or not he has a gig on Thanksgiving week. But let me know in the chat and stuff if you guys have an event then. And I actually got a phone call for somebody they wanted me to do a wedding on Christmas Day. And I had to turn down. I told them the only way I can do a wedding for Christmas Day, you would have to triple my pay. I would have to get triple the pay. Oh, I knew Solstice was still here. The Tuesday is a wedding too. See, I've got 4 the week of Thanksgiving. Tuesday before. Look at this, guys. Look at this guy. This guy is in Southern California. You see this? I've got 4 the week of Thanksgiving. Tuesday before Thanksgiving, then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 1 photo booth, 2 weddings. You see this? This guy never stops going. Greensboro, North Carolina, I have a gig on Black Friday. Wow. I have the week off, guys. And I'm going to take every second of it to relax before it gets crazy in December. Last year, I had a wedding the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and I was like, who does this? Who does this? People are still traveling. People still trying to get home. Like, who does this? Like, come on, man. My December, a little light, though, 5 gigs. What? Solstice, you mean to tell me I've got more gigs in December than you? Man, you got more. I'm curious. I was curious, Solstice. You probably know this number off the top of your head. How many gigs have you done this year? Now, I'm speaking of you personally. I don't know if you are a multi-op and stuff, but how many gigs have you done this year? I'm curious to see how many I've done this year. Last year I did 54, and it feels like I've done more this year, but I probably didn't. There's been a few weekends that I didn't have anything to do, but since September I've been going nonstop. It's been nonstop since September, and I am going to enjoy this break next week. But yeah, I'm curious of stuff on the in the chat. How many gigs, if you know off the top of your head, how many gigs that you have done in 2022 so far, and then how many you have to go? And I'll leave that question to be able to close us out. So let me know in the chat how many gigs you've done in 2022 and how many do you have to go, and what city are you in? I'm just curious. Look at Solstice. I have to count weddings though. I keep a running total. I've got 63 booked this year, 7 left. So Solstice is going to do 70 weddings. 70. You think about that. 70. There's only 52 weeks in a year, and he's got the double up on multiple weekends. But he's got enough weddings to cover every weekend. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Kudos to you. And that's just weddings, because you didn't even do all the events. Because if you throw proms and stuff in there, I'm sure you do proms and all that stuff in your area as well. I'm sure you do stuff like fashion shows and stuff like that. Nah, 63 total. So I've done 56. 56. That's incredible, bro. That is incredible. Yeah, I'm trying to do less weddings. So I'm trying to go up in price a little bit so we could do less of these and still, make ends meet. That's the overall goal I'm hoping to reach. So hopefully I get to that. But yeah, the prices will probably go up again next year, just to see. All right, any other questions or any other comments you guys have? I'll give it just a few more minutes. Let me also say that, like I said earlier in the video, next week there will not be a show because Thanksgiving is on Thursday. Also, if you have not done so yet, please follow me on IG if you want to see all things DJ JayBook and what I am doing. You get a lot of insight and stuff there. You guys already know I've got my normal YouTube channel that will have a few videos left and stuff for the month of November, and then December you'll get hit with a lot of tutorial videos. So I plan on finishing up shooting those and releasing those in December, and I'll probably sprinkle in some gig laws there, because these ones that I just did and stuff like that, they're some of them are gig log worthy, so I'll sprinkle some of those in. But make sure you guys have turned on the notification bells and stuff here on Twisted Transitions, as well as if you watch me on Twitch. Make sure you've turned on the notification bells so that you'll know when, we go live and stuff here. I think every Thursday in December we should be good. I should, have, about 4 to 5 shows in December. So that should be good here. What's supposed to say here? I'll get back to you with how many gigs through overall once I run a report and a different subwoofer for each. Not really, though. Interesting. That man lives an interesting life over there. But yeah, just make sure you guys follow all that. And I appreciate you guys joining me this evening. I'll give it about a minute or so before we get out of here. If you guys have any more questions, let me throw up some of the places to find me. There's the IG. If you want to follow me on IG, if you haven't already. I just put up a new reel that was kind of crazy. A videographer sent to me. If you guys want to check that out. I think I also put one on my YouTube channel as well, if I'm not mistaken. If you're not already following me on Twitch, here's my Twitch handle. And then, of course, I've got my Mixcloud. I haven't put a mix on there yet, but once the gigs slow down at the beginning of the year, I'll definitely have some of those to be able to put on there as well. All right, well, I think that's it. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Hopefully I'll see you guys all come back and stuff. I'll continue to advertise and let you know when I'm going to post, when we're going to go live and stuff again next time. And hopefully I'll have some great content and stuff for you then. Bring your questions, tell a friend, and I really appreciate you guys, man. So we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy yourselves. You guys stay safe. If you're DJing, please stay safe out there. I know snow is coming down in some of you guys' states, so if you're up north, please stay safe. They're already doing some crazy stuff with weather and stuff up there. So just stay safe. All right, guys. Make sure you're living to strive and not to survive. We'll see you all again in 2 weeks. Peace.